happy 2012 from 2000 Talon. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Billy Poe for the inspiration on the hobo stove and the bum smoker and the many, many people building the hobo stoves on YouTube. I was inspired. I made one. So I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Billy Poe from Hobo Pics. So Hobo Flicks, thanks so much. And this was my template for the hobo stove. And the tools that I used were the X-Acto knife, tin snips, screwdriver, needle nose, pliers, juice punch, and a felt pencil to mark the circle on the hobo stove. So that was my hand tool list, and only hand tools were used. This is the smoker, and the only modifications I made on it was I so happened to have had a junk drawer, and with this little knob, screwed it on. And so yeah, I've got a little metal knob on my hobo stove smoker. And then I also made coat hanger coil round little grills, and those were made out of coat hangers. And also too, when you put the skewers through them, they don't move around, they don't rattle or nothing, they're really solid in there. So there's my grilling space. I'm thrilled. And, okay, this is a trivet, and it's for putting a hot pot on so you don't burn your counter. $2.47. I just flip the trivet over, and it gives you a secure cooking space in case you're just using your hobo stove. You know, it gives you a solid cooking space, which is just awesome. So I'm thrilled about finding that trivet. And this camping plate, you can use it for cooking, comes in handy, but I'm using it underneath the hobo stove just so that any ashes or anything fall out, or it doesn't get hot, so I can just have it on the ground like that, kind of as a stable so it doesn't tip over or anything. So that's what I'm using that for. And I'm going to use sheet metal. I'm going to line the bottom of my hobo stove so I don't burn it out. And the smoker, I don't think I'm going to have to line the bottom of it for the wood chips. I found little oyster tins. So I'm thinking the smoking chips in the oyster tin for in the smoker, that'll be perfect. That's the hobo stove modifications, bum smoker modifications. And I'm just going to run through some of my gear. This had no name on it or brand name. Stainless steel, has a little hatchet, hammer, pliers that come apart when you pull this down for the handle, and then your tools, some saws, knives, screwdrivers, some really good saws in there. So I found this, and it has been a wonderful little like Leatherman multi-tool. I did all my wood for the hobo stove with this hatchet out of 2x4 ends. So I cut all the wood, and I made kindling. To get the hobo stove started. I could have put the kindling in bigger bags, but for fitting everything into the hobo stove and the smoker, these little bags worked perfect for the kindling. So tomorrow I'm going ice fishing, so it's going to be interesting. I will measure out how much wood it takes to smoke fish or chicken. I want to use this live and show everybody live. I'm just bringing my water in a 2-liter jug. the cardboard, the rest of the cardboard from this got ripped up. It's going to be thrown in there for kindling, for getting the fire started. I don't throw really anything out. Vaseline cotton balls. I always think a can opener is a good tool to keep on you, because you never know when you're going to have a can of something. So, and then plus the juice punch. I used the juice punch. I don't know if I already went over that, but I made the draft holes out of the juice punch, and then a couple of smoker holes with the juice punch. So that came in handy. And I bring honey and pepper. Honey is just an excellent barbecue for barbecuing chicken or putting in your tea or your coffee. And I bought the fire steel. Things are expensive in Canada, so I paid $14.99 for the Light My Fire Scout fire steel. I wanted one, so I bought it. Lighter matches, and found a solar lamp. So that's really cool. So a solar lamp. And smoking chips. Smoking chips, Canada is expensive. I can't explain, in other videos I'll go more into depth about what's really going on here in Canada, because I think the rest of the world should know. Canada is just as corrupt as any other country out there. So these were $5.19 for smoking, for a bag of 900 grams smoking chips. Bought them on sale for $3.99, so I stocked up. Got my smoking chips. And one more thing. Before I use my Hobo stove, I'm going to burn off the paint from the coat hanger pegs, not on this barbecue indoors. I'm just showing you an example. I'm going to burn off the paint off those pegs before I cook with the Hobo stove. So I think that's everything with the Hobo stove. Oh, and a little bit more about my gear. Just put this back up. A little bit more about my gear. I found the Muela made in Spain, the Rucco knife. So I can't wait to use it and do a review on this. So I'm happy with this purchase. And I think that's it. So over and out. And I will see you guys on another video. Thank you so much for watching. This is 2000 Talon, and over and out.